Today, I'm going to present my idea on sustainability. As the country develops, jungles and forests are chopped down rapidly to make land for better infrastructures and buildings. The once shady and cooling neighborhood can no longer be asked for. When there are lesser greens to maintain the oxygen cycle, the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere gets more abundant. This leads to an increase in greenhouse effect. To tackle this problem, I strongly encourage action to be taken since young for a chance at movement towards sustainability. Therefore, I propose a DIY indoor vertical garden competition to be carried out in school. In accordance with World Environment Day on 5th June, schools can organize an activity that raises awareness of preserving nature. A school project to work on a DIY vertical garden can be introduced to secondary school students as they have the maturity to think of the rationale of the project. This can be an annual competition organized for each Form 1 students so everyone will get a chance to participate. The aim of the competition is to build an indoor vertical garden that can sustain for a long period of time. To introduce this idea to each school, an activity proposal can be written and sent to the principal. When permission is given, the activity can then be carried out. An announcement of the competition will be made 1 month before the competition to allow the students some time to collect materials and brainstorm on some creative designs. There are a few rules to the competition. Participants are required to gather their recyclables and bring them on competition day. The recyclables are such as cardboards, plastic bags or wrappers, ice cream or cookie containers, sardine cans, strings, empty bottles, and many more. This will be an individual work. On present day, they will be given 3 hours to work on their project by making pockets and pasting them on the cardboards or hanging them with strings according to their designs. They are given the freedom to decorate their project provided that the materials used are all recyclable. Schools will provide them with a variety of seeds that are reasonably priced and bags of soil that can be bought with the school funds or sponsored by the government. Upon completion of the project, students are required to put their names next to it so it cannot be borrowed by their younger siblings or close friends in the following years. Lastly, evaluations will be done twice, each a month apart from another. Assessments will be made on the day of the making of the project based on a few aspects. Stability is a key factor as desirable models should not be easily taken apart by small movements. Design is to ensure the model looks pleasant to the eyes of the viewer. Originality provides students with amazing ideas and edge over the rest who look up for patterns online or those who discuss and decide on the same model together. As the purpose of this competition is to use recyclable materials, therefore, it will also be part of the grading. Lastly, the usability of the project tells the students whether or not the design is suitable, or if the pockets can withstand the weight of the contents inside it. After the first assessment, they will be asked to bring home their projects to test their purpose. They are given a month's time to plant and nurture the decorative plants. They are also given the freedom to source for different seeds that are not provided if they think certain plants will fit their design more. It is also their job to water and tend to the plant's needs from time to time. By the end of the month, they are then required to snap some pictures of the outcome of their projects and another judgment will be done again. This time, their work will be marked based on different aspects. Choice of plants is an important key to be considered as different plants require different conditions to blossom healthily. To check whether the plants have been taken care of is to examine their health. In order to get high grades for this, students need to make sure the wilted leaves are removed, the plants are given enough space to grow and are growing with maximum nutrition. Finally, maintenance will also be looked at for any decorations that are left hanging if they have fallen off partially, broken strings or any disturbing parts of the project. Each aspect is worth 10 points and their final marks will be the sum of all aspects. Prizes are prepared for students who got the highest marks out of 80. With prizes, this encourages students to take part actively in the competition and put in their best effort as each student is only given a chance to compete. They do not want to waste this opportunity. Here, I propose some ideas on the prices, but ultimately the schools can decide on them according to the trends and technology. This can all be funded by school fees, donations, or government grants. Now, I'm going to show you a few designs that look appealing to be a part of the house. The first design consists of a large cardboard. Pasted on it are the recyclable bottles, cups, or tins. On the last row, there are a few larger ice cream tubs. Each layer is planted with different seeds. The design is neat and tidy with a signature at the bottom right corner indicating the student's work. The entire model is then attached to the wall. The next design consists of less plants but is fancier. Cardboards are all cut in stripes and pasted on the wall diagonally. On the stripes are pasted with larger tins or plastic bags, each occupied by a variety of flowers and plants. For students who want more unique design, they can consider joining each so-called pots with thicker strings that can hold larger weight. This design is challenging to those who are interested in physics as it applies the knowledge on tension and center of mass. They should also make sure the pots are stable and not wobble around on occasion of strong winds. This is a simple but interesting design. It is not just tying up all pots to a ring and let them clatter together. Students will need to estimate enough space for each plant to grow while making sure the design looks tidy. This model can be easily placed at the window for the plants to get enough sunlight and makes a good decoration to the room. For students looking for a chance to use their long recyclable containers, they can make simple layered plantation. However, this design can be unique on its own. For example, students can plant flowers that gradually change color from red to orange to yellow, from left to right on one specific layer. This allows them to explore their own creativity. Lastly, students with a large cardboard can roll up their cardboard to make a cylindrical shape. Pots then can then be attached to the cylinder at several parts, forming a neat design. They can plant some unique creeper plants to make the model look full of greens. For this particular design, students will also need to fill up the cylinder with objects or other methods to stabilize the whole model so it would not topple due to small movements. This project brings benefits to students in many ways. Firstly, students will be exposed to different types of plants. They get to understand better the name and the function of each plant as well as the optimum condition for maximum growth. Secondly, they will learn to take responsibility of their own project. They need to allocate some time to tend to their plants every day. They need to be willing to cut out the wilted leaves, get rid of any harmful insects, and maintain the overall health of the plants. It is known that to introduce a culture or a lifestyle to a family, it is best to be brought in through the children. As children are innocent and pure, they will follow the instructions of the school and take part in this activity willingly and happily. Moreover, parents are usually supportive of their children. When their children return from school with the idea of something beneficial, it is difficult for parents to make up an excuse to go against them. However, educating adults would be harder as they have more responsibilities on hand and they will find a project a waste of time as it does not interest them. Besides, the 1 month task forces them to make use of the project and not discard them after the making. By 1 month's time, the project would be nicely decorated, plants would be blooming healthily, and it would be wasted to just give up. This gives them the motivation to continue maintaining the effort for some time after the competition has ended. Next, this introduces recycling among youngsters. They learn how to think of utilizing used materials and care for the environment more. Adding on to the list, whenever there is visiting from close friends or relatives, guests will be amazed or enthused to know more about the project as it is unique and rare. This allows the idea of indoor vertical garden to spread quickly to other families. Lastly, this fulfills the main objective of the competition. Each household can create an oxygen cycle within the house and it would appear much cooler and lively. As little as it brings benefit, this reduces the abundance of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It is only when the nation realizes the importance in sustaining the environment that we can strongly stand up against deforestation and voice as one on the movement towards a greener earth. Thank you.